Hello friends, today we are going to learn how to connect our web application to database. So this is our project where we are going to install web application on VVM06 and database on VVM07, that will be Mariadb database. Introduction to this project. We are going to create a web server on VVM06 and a database server on VVM07. Packages used will be Apache for web server and Mariadb for database server. We will create a web page using HTML and PHP, which will also be used to connect the database hosted on 07. In Linux operating system, Apache, Mariadb, PHP are jointly known as LAMP. So these are the prerequisite. Here we require two servers with CentOS 7. We require yum to download the packages. We will disable SLNX and firewall. Environment will be, we'll have two servers. The host name will be, the first server's host name will be VVM06. The IP address will be 192.168.2.201, and the second server host name will be VVM07 192.168.2.202. The first server we will be using as web server, and the second server we will be using as a database server. Let's start with the practical. First we are going to install the web server Apache, and this below is the process for it. We are going to perform this practical on the KVM. So I have installed and configured KVM on VVM01. Even I have installed the OS and everything. I have completed everything. Now we just need to start the machines. These are the two VMs, that is VVM06, which will be a web server, and VVM07, that will be a database server. So let's start the machine VMs. Now both the VMs are up and running. Now let's log in to VVM06 and install Apache on it. Okay, I have checked the host name, IP address, SLNX and IP table. Now let's start the installation of Apache. In CentOS, Apache packages are known as HTTPD. And after that we will start the service. We will enable the service. Enable because after rebooting of the service should start automatically, and then we will check the status of the service. Now you can see everything is up and working fine. Let's check the test page. Now you can see the test page is visible. Now let's move to the second part. On the second server we are going to install Mariadb. We are going to install and configure Mariadb on the second server, that is VVM02. Let's log into the second server and install the packages. The two packages are required. One is Mariadb and Mariadb server. Here you can see the packages installation is completed. Now again, yeah, it is completed. Now we will start the services, we'll enable it and we'll check the status. Okay, now we are going to configure the Mariadb. So there is a script MySQL secure installation. So first it is asking for the to set the root password. So we will set the root password. Now it is asking us to remove the anonymous user. We will remove the anonymous user. After that, it is asking us, do you want to disallow root login remotely? No, but we want the root login should be enabled remotely. So it is asking to remove the test database. So we have removed it. It will remove the test database and then it will reload the privilege tables now. Now we are going to create a database and a table on the Mariadb. So this was the steps to create the table, database and table on Mariadb. After that, we will provide access to the VVM06 root user to access our database. So let's log in to the VVM07. First, let's create the database. Database name is 123. Let's check the database is created or not. Here you can see database 123 is created. Let's use this database and then we will create a tables on it. So we will create a database. The table name is entry details. This is the first row, sorry, the first column, and it will be characters. Not null is not allowed. Second will be the last name. Third will be the gender, email ID, mobile details, and here you can see I have added a comma by accidentally, and because of which I was not able to create the database. I have removed this data column, comma, and now the table has been created. Yeah. Now we can see the data table has been created. And let's verify the parameters like characters, numbers. We have only given mobile number by numbers. In mobile number we have to just enter the numbers. So now let's check who has the access to our database. you can see only the local host and the host name has access. Now we will grant access to our VVM06, that is web server, so that web server can access the database. This we will connect our database using the web server also. Our VVM06 is the server. Now you can see the VVM06 is also able to access the server. Sorry, we have given access to VVM06 so that the server from user from VVM06 can connect our database. Now let's start the third part. In this third part, we are going to install PHP on VVM06, and the below are the steps for installing PHP. We are going to install PHP and PHP MySQL packages. Now let's exit from the database. Let's log in to VVM06, and now we will install the packages PHP and PHP MySQL. Okay, now let's create a test page. So this is our test page where we will be collecting the PHP info. It will provide us all the information of this server using the PHP info command. And now let's restart the Apache services. Now let's check the PHP test page. Yeah, let's log into our local browser and check the PHP test page. So here you can see the PHP test page is available. Now let's create the web pages. The first web page will be the sample register.html, and the second one will be detail entries. I already have created these web pages. I will copy these web pages from my base machine to the web server VVM06. You will find all the details of the web pages and everything in my blogs. So you can see I have created the first one was a test page, the second one was the register sample registering, and third one was the detail entries. So this is the web page I have created. This is first the HTML page, and here is the form and the actions. All the actions will be updated into the data entry .php, and method is post. Here are the field. The first field is first name, then the second field is, oh, there were some minor mistakes, I will remove that things. Here you can see the post method. The first field is first name, the second field is last name, then the gender, then the email ID and phone. Let's close this page and go to the next web page, that is detailentry.php. I have not updated this server on which the database is hosted. So our database is hosted on VM 07. The root is the users and that was the password. This is the RHL, this VM 06 user root and the password. So using this command we are going to connect to our database, and then after that we are going to post all the entries. We'll collect the information using this post, and then after that we are going to insert the data into our table. Let's save it. Let's restart our Apache packages, that is httpd. And now let's go to the web server. Sorry, the browser, and let's do the entries. The first user is Ram. This is all random entries. Click on submit. You can see the data entry has been inserted successfully. Now let's do it for the second user. Okay, so we have completed the second user also. Now let's log in to our database server and check whether the entry exists over there or not. So for verifying, this is the process. So now let's log in to our database. Let's check the database names, and now we will use our database. And now we will check the details what we have entered using the web page on our database, in our table, that is entry details table. So here you can see both the entries has been updated successfully. So here we complete this topic. Hope you understand it. Thank you.